Hey guys, it's me, Rach. Today we are going to be doing a posture workout, so let's just get right on into it, as I always say. We're going to start on our backs, so give yourself a good roll down onto the mat, and then let's just hug our knees into our chest, and just gently start to rock side to side. Opening up through the low back, the hips. And then you can just plant the legs down, and then arms are going to lift up towards the ceiling. We're going to protract and retract our shoulders here. So you're just going to drop the shoulder blades down heavy into the mat, collarbones really wide. And then as you exhale, I want you to reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling and lift the shoulder blades off of the mat. And then drop it down and up. Going to be here for a second. So while you're here, can you let the hips drop a little bit heavier? Almost feel like your thigh bones are just melting into the hip sockets. See if you can let your head get a little bit heavier. Almost like your brain is dropping to the back of your skull. And then we'll plug the shoulders down. Keep the collarbone nice and wide. Start to reach the arms back. And then back up towards the ceiling. Here I want you to really pay attention to your rib cage. So your ribs should be knit down towards the floor. Head's nice and heavy still. If you feel your ribs lift up, you're arching your back a lot, take your range of motion in a little bit. We got two more like this. And then we'll pause with the arms up towards the ceiling. Float the legs into tabletop. Nice big inhale. Exhale, just tuck the tailbone. And inhale to release. This can be really tricky for people, so be patient with yourself here. Your knee should be steady. Your belly button pulls to the spine so much that you tuck your tailbone. Two more. Last one. Find someplace in between the two. You're going to extend right leg out long. Draw it back on in, and then other side. And in. Keeping the shoulders heavy. And then start to layer in the opposite arm, reaching back. And other side. Feel like someone's pulling your fingertips, pulling your toes. You're finding length, decompressing. Take one more each. And then hug the knees back into the chest, gentle rock side to side. Legs will come back up into tabletop. Arms are going to reach back up towards the ceiling. This time, nice big inhale. As you exhale, press the palms by the hips. Curl up to the tips of the shoulder blades. And then we're going to lower it back on down. You're going to exhale to curl and lower. If this aggravates the neck at all, you can always bring the hands back behind the head instead. We're just trying to find this reach through the fingertips, this pressing down through our arms. As you curl up, right leg reaches out long again, lower it back down. Other side, and down. Try to keep the head, neck, shoulders relaxed. Feeling as if you're pressing through molasses or honey or cookie dough or whatever thicker substance floats your boat. We've got 3. We've got 2. Last one. Arms up towards the ceiling, drop the knees towards the chest for a second. Legs will climb to tabletop. Nice big inhale. It's an exhale to curl back on up. Turn the palms towards the hips, widen the arms out, and then bring them back. And they widen and back. Trying to hold your curl here. Option, as the hands press back by the hips, extend the legs out. Widen, you can lower the head if you want. It's an exhale, press and curl, and down. You can also keep the lift of the head. You can ixnay the legs. Make it work for you. Keep pressing from underneath the armpits, squeezing your lats. For 3. For 2. See if you can hold that curl. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock it side to side. Plant the hands down. Plant the feet down into the floor. Nice big inhale. We're going to exhale, tuck the tailbone, and roll up into a bridge. And then we'll melt it all the way on down. So you might be thinking, hey, I thought this was a posture workout. Why are we working on my glutes? Well, posture involves your whole body, right? So it's core strength, it is shoulders, but it's also hamstring flexibility, glute strength, this ability to open up through the hips. So we got to do everything. Tricked you. Next time you're up in your bridge, you will pause there. Think about the heels pulling in. Try to tuck the tailbone just a little bit more. And then from this position, tap your low glutes. We're going to touch ourselves. And then try to press the low glutes up a little bit more. Arms can rest back down. We're going to take little pulses up from here. So your ribs are heavy. Palms can be open towards the ceiling if shoulders are tight. Arms can also come up towards the ceiling if that's preferred for you. Let's go for 3, 2, 1. Melt it all the way on down. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, roll it back on up. All right, lift the toes, press down through the heels. Step the right foot forward an inch, and then the left foot. And then right. And then left, and then right, and then left, and then start to walk it back on in. Really press the heels down, and then start on the left. Keep tucking the tailbone, abs are engaged, and we walk back. So, warming up our hamstrings. Try to keep the hips as even as possible. Okay, let's walk it out one more time. And then walk it back on in. Plant the feet back down. Lower the butt down till it almost taps the mat, and then lift it back on up. Nice big pulses. See if you can feel your hamstrings at this point just a little bit more. We're here for 4, 3, 2. We're going to hover the butt up. So again, use your hands here. Feel that you're just about a hand away from the floor. You're not going to lift any higher. You're just going to tuck the tailbone from here and then stick the butt back on out. So you can keep your hands there if you want as a guide. You can remove them if you're feeling really steady. Make this connection into your feet. Feel what muscles you're using. We're going to hold the tuck of the tailbone on this next one. Squeeze the low glutes. Again, give them a tap if you want, and then little pulses up. Last set. These mini bridges, so cute. For 5, 4, you got it. 3, 2, 1, melt it all the way on down. Knock the knees to the right again, and then over to the left. All right, we're gonna go for it. Arms up towards the ceiling, nod the chin to the chest, and try to roll it all the way on up to seated. You did it. One way or another, you got yourself up here, right? Let's bring it to an all-fours position. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath those hips. Same protraction, retraction of the shoulders from before. So we drop the shoulder blades together, and then we widen it up. So we're looking for this scapular mobility, the shoulder blades gliding across the back. You got a little zip up through the inner thighs, as I always say here. It's going to help you connect to your low abs. And then with your palms, can you feel like you're opening 2 jars away from one another? So it's like you're holding jar lids and you're trying to spiral them open. We're going to do one more. And then hold it. Find that core strength. Feel like your arm is about to be an extension of your abs. You're going to reach the left arm forward. We're going to sweep it back and then plant the hand down. All right, again, arm's going to reach forward. We're going to swim it back and then plant it down. And you're going to reach forward, back and down. I almost went backwards there. And forward. And down. If you're hypermobile, keep a soft bend through the elbow. I did go backwards, so clearly that's where we're going next, right? We're going to sweep the arm back this time, forward and down. Back, forward, down. Notice if for you, one way feels a little bit more natural than the other. Maybe even you feel a huge difference from arm to arm. Okay, we're going to go one more. Each side, of course. Evening it on out. And then have both hands planted down here. You're going to walk the hands forward, just about a few inches here. So we're going to bend the elbows back, and then check that your elbows fall underneath your shoulders. Take a second. Try to split the mat in half using your arms. Press down through your palms and lift your low belly. Press into the hands, and then bring yourself back on up. Tap the elbows down. Press into the hands and lift. You can pretend you're we're holding the yoga block between our elbows. So not letting them go wide like they're going to want to here. Slight draw in. Back of the neck stays long. We're here for another 4. 3. 2. All right. Next time the elbows are down, keep the elbows down here. Really split that mat in half using your elbows. Walk the feet on back so you're in a plank. Belly button draws to the spine. Lift the kneecaps, and we're just holding here. Shift the breastbone slightly forward. For 3, 2, slowly lower all the way to your belly. Take your time to get there. We're going to have the forehead down. That doesn't feel good for you. Pick a cheek. So, choice is yours. Hands are going to come by your hips. Palms up towards the ceiling. Noggin floats on down to the floor. Press the tops of the feet down. Lift the low belly up and in. Squeeze your low glutes. On your next exhale, I want you to pinch the shoulder blades back. Reach through the fingertips. And then start to pull the crown of the head up and forward. And then we'll lower it on down. It's an exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Feel like you're holding 2 weighted balls in your hands. It'd be like bowling balls. Can you imagine? That would be so cruel. Lift and down. Building this back body support. Going to help us stay standing nice and tall, giving us this endurance to be able to stand taller for more than just a breath. Which is the goal, right? Hold it up, really press the feet down, scoop the belly in, and then pulse the arms up and up. You're still holding those bowling balls, so find that resistance. For 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it. Okay, flex the palms, fingertips down, and then try to press the hands back. So it's like you're pressing your palms into a wall. Use that, try to lift a little bit higher. And then without touching the ground, can you bend the arms, bring the hands underneath the forehead, and rest it all the way down, gentle rock side to side. Nice. From here, press the feet down. Nice big inhale. We're going to exhale, lift up, hands underneath the forehead this time. Reach the arms forward. If you can, hover the legs, squeeze the glutes. We bend the elbows back and forward. And back and forward. Again, listening to your body here. If something doesn't feel right, find a variation that works for you. Challenging, but not painful is the goal, right? It's like you're holding a TheraBand in your hands, you're pulling it back. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, bring the hands back underneath the shoulders like before. Tuck the toes, lift the kneecaps. Nice big inhale. On your exhale, press yourself back on up into your plank. Send it back into a downward facing dog. Take a moment here to just pedal out through the legs. Upper arm bones spiral out. Head drops nice and heavy. All right. We're going to lift the heels. I want you to bend through the legs a lot. And then you're going to roll it forward into your plank. Press into the hands. Start to bend the knees. Lift the hips. And then roll it back on forward. So you're pressing the floor away as you send those hips up and back. We're rolling through the spine. And of course, our core is staying engaged the entire time, right? Last 2. Hold that plank, lift the hips, walk the hands back towards the feet. Dangle in a forward fold for a moment. You can bend the knees generously if that feels good. And then we're going to roll it on up to standing. All right, coming into some squats here. So let's reach the arms forward. We'll send the hips back. And then press into the feet. As you stand up, I want you to press your hands back past your hips. You'll send the hips back, arms forward. Stand and press the arms back. In our squats, I want you to think energetically. The heels pull in and the toes spiral apart. You're keeping a flat back. So use all that upper body strength, mid-back strength we've been doing to keep the chest lifted. All right, for 3, for 2. Next time you're standing, I want you to stay standing. Arms are going to reach forward. You're just going to send the hips back. Not as deep of a bend to the knees this time. Ribs still hug up and in. And then as you stand up, lift the arms up towards the ceiling. My arms are probably getting cut off here. That's okay. You know, they're just reaching up towards the ceiling. Send the hips back, chest forward. Only a soft bend to the knees. Stand it on up. For 3. Belly pulls in for 2. Stand it all the way on up. Send the hips back, plant the hands down. Walk the hands forward, walk the feet back. All right, hands are slightly turned out to the side. We're going to send the elbows wide, lower all the way down onto your belly. Listen carefully. Untuck the toes. Press the knees down from your knees. Lift yourself back on up. We tuck the toes, shift slightly forward. Elbows bend wide. We lower to our bellies. Untuck the toes. Lift it back on up. Keep going through here. Try to have your body be one unit as you lower down. You've got it for 3. We can do it for 2. I'm talking us both through it. All right. Final one. Press it back onto your knees. Send it back into your child's pose. Head drops down. Butt sinks back. That is one that I am really working on. So we're doing it together. Isn't that fun? Rock the hips a little side to side. Drop the neck. The shoulders. Nice and slowly crawl the knees forward. Sit back onto your butt, however you need to get there. We got one last thing here. So feet are going to settle down in front of you. Hands are going to be facing towards the butt. We're going to hover the butt on up, hug the elbows back towards one another, send the elbows back and up. So you are pressing through the feet. But most important thing is we're not collapsing in our chest. It's a super regal collarbone here. If this bothers your wrist, you can always try to bring your hands onto some yoga blocks or books. You can also, if you need to, come into a fist. But it is important that we weight bear on our wrists. So you can even come and do like wall push-ups or anything like that just to help relieve some of the weight, but still work the arms. We've got another 7. 5, don't give up, keep pressing into the hands. 2, bend the elbows back, hold it, hug the abs in. Breathe, bend the elbows back a little bit more for 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant the butt down, crisscross applesauce the legs, and then crawl your hands forward. Give yourself a forward fold. You take a nice big inhale, and then as you exhale, just let everything settle. Let your low belly fill with air. And then slowly start to walk yourself back on up. Right leg is going to extend forward. Left leg is going to cross over. Hug the leg into the chest for a second. Grow nice and tall. Maybe it feels kind of easy to be up tall at this point. Left hand is going to come back. You can either stay hugging in like this, or you can use your right arm for leverage to twist. but don't force anything. Just try to be with it, see how it feels, find ease in the motion. And then let's pick the leg up, place it on down, give it a little extra love, right? And then hug the other leg in, give it a little extra love. Maybe flex that left foot for me. Try to be upright. Right hand will come back. Use that to help find length. And then maybe you even bring that left arm across and we twist. Where can you find ease in the motion? Where can you expand through the lungs? And then bring it back. Extend that leg out. Scoot your booty back a little bit here and then start to walk yourself forward. You can bend the legs if that feels better. If you can reach for the toes, maybe you grab for the toes and really try to pull your toes back. Maybe your forearms are down and you're just chilling here. If it feels okay, let the head drop down. If that feels a little too intense, especially with nerves, then just bring it back on up. Going to be here for a second, so try to find ease again here in this motion. Try to let your body get a little bit heavier. Notice how your body feels. Try to relax the forehead, the space between your eyebrows. Relax the jaw. And then nice and slowly, we'll walk it back on up. Give yourself a little shoulder roll here at the top. And you guys are all set. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. As always, any requests can go in the bottom. I'm going to have a Spotify playlist linked, so if you want to play some music, then you can always click that during our workouts. I'll be updating it quite often because who doesn't like music? And until next time, guys, thanks. Love you.